1, 2, 3.
Okay, so I want to introduce to you guys today Jerry Bellamy. How you doing?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm good. So we hired you back in '09,
Indeed.
but I think that you have some history with a lot of us here at CA. So you just want to tell us your story and.
Okay, sure. Well, first, I'm Jerry Bellamy. I'm a QA guy. Well, actually, in the disc group with primary focus on QA for CA Disc, with ALM and automation and things like that. So. I actually started as a computer operator many years ago at EDS and went to work for Southland Corporation. I used to tell people I worked at 7-Eleven,
There you go.
because they were the owner company of 7-Elevens. And I worked with a guy here, Tommy Morris. He and I were computer operators together over there. And then from there, I went to UCC, and which became UCell, and then it was obviously acquired by CA. So. Went to work for UCC in 1982 and
We met.
met you the first day on the job in '82, and I was in pre-sales at that time for a product called UCC Non-Reliability Plus, which was like a hardware monitor type thing. And so I got to travel, so that's my first start into traveling. Got to go out and meet customers and do customer installs and things like that. So and then we were acquired in '86. Or was it 86? When was it?
87.
Somewhere in that neighborhood from CA. And so that's when I started working for Computer Associates by acquisition from UCell. So, but yeah.
So then you didn't stay with us.
No. Yeah, I worked for CA, enjoyed it, but you know, it was one of those things where previous associates, as they started calling IBM, hey, there's this position. Actually, it was EMC, so I went to work for EMC for about a year, and that's when the people started calling me to go to IBM. So I went to IBM for about 10 years. I came back to CA in 2009. It was interesting because a lot of the same people were there. We're just all a little older and grayer. And,
okay, thank you very much.
Well, me too, of course. And it was like I took one long vacation, so it was kind of cool coming back.
So at IBM you worked on like Tivoli products, or?
I did. It was the Tivoli business unit at IBM and Tivoli storage manager, so I was still involved in disk, but it was the open systems. And I was in like a sales support role where we trained the salespeople how to sell it and how to actually compare it to the competition, how to position it to the customer with composition. So I had a lab that I got to use our software and do a bunch of testing on our products as well as the competitor products and how to position and things like that. So I was kind of like doing QA in the lab there at IBM for many years. But then I also got to do a lot of international travel because one of the offshoots of that, we would travel, we'd have to go to where the salespeople were. And so I did a lot of international travel and Top Gun training, as they called it. And it was a lot of fun, but you know, it was time to get off the road as you get older.
So you at UCell, I think it was. You actually ran the lab there too, didn't you?
Yes. Well, we had this thing called the VE room, the Virtual Enterprise room. Oh my goodness! And what happened there at I guess it was toward the very end. I can't remember what day. But anyway, they created this group called RADFIL, Research and Development Field Organization. And that's right about the time we started launching TNG, and TNG was being positioned out in the field, which was the Unicenter products, basically. And you probably remember the demos of flying around through the Eiffel Tower and things like that, right? Okay. And so they picked some of us out of the development organization and support organizations and created this group, and then we started traveling again and selling TNG and things like that. But the Virtual Enterprise room is where we had all these products set up and installed, and in the very beginning, it wasn't, and nothing was integrated. And that's part of the beauty behind TNG at that time, or Unicenter at the time, is everything is integrated, right? And you show how our solutions work together and so forth. And so Milt Whittam tasked with me with bringing this VE room up to snuff. So that the salespeople could come in and show our clients the technology. And so he gave me 30 days to do so. And we did it. You know, he gave me 2 guys, and we worked 24 hours a day just about, and installed all of our technology and had it integrated, and it became like the number 2 behind Islandia VE room in the country. So it was a lot of fun. If
Well,
you-
there was no problem getting you hired back here.
Well,
You had a lot of good history there.
It was nice to come back, let me tell you.
So you're married and you have a couple of,
I'm married and I have 2 kids. I have a daughter, and she is currently a resident at Vanderbilt Medical in Nashville. And I have a son that hopefully, knock on wood, graduates here in May. And he's at the University of Michigan, and he's on the football team for the Wolverines.
Yep, we've been watching them on TV.
Wasn't a good year last year, but hey, we've got a new coach now, so
There you go.
we're optimistic.
Well, welcome back, Jerry, and thank
Thank
you
you.
for the interview.